come next time. When I've used it very well. I should tell you, there is nothing secret, I'll tell you. God told us everything now. Is there anything God hid from us? Even if I tell you, I'll get more. Because the more I share, the more it gives you more. Because I was shocked when I just thought, he's so strange. Even me, I will be looking like this. Miracles were happening like water. I don't mean miracles of all kinds. So before it's only healing. Now, miracles of all kinds. Creative miracles in every field. Well, no long grammar in evening service. Do you want to grow? Yes, number 1, desire it. Number 2, crave for it. Believe you can do it. Number 3, crave for it. Number 4, dream it. Number 5, refuse compromise. Refuse what? I think I will stop with that one. This is where many miss it. They have all the other 4, but they compromise. Compromise is an enemy of growth. It's a destroyer of growth. We're in a world where compromise is not the norm. To make lasting impact, refuse compromise. Refuse what? Compromise is settling for something lower than the standard. Compromise is settling for something what? Lower than the standard. It is acting below accepted or acceptable standard with the aim of securing instant gratification at the expense of quality and name. It is the act of sacrificing quality for greed. This is the problem of most people in this part of the world. You can grow, but they just do everything below standard. They have the capacity to produce something of high quality, but because of desire for quick money, they circumvent the process of quality products. By doing so, their products don't spread far because they are tagged inferior. I was in Aba many weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, for a crusade. If you see those people, they are talented. But this is the problem. So gifted. They're one of the most industrious people in this part of the world, but they settle for things inferior. They compromise. Yet at the end of the day, they don't really have the money. So compromise does not bring money. In the process of trying to make quick money, they don't really make the money. Quality may take time, but it's long lasting. The car we came with was both a car company in Lagos sold it to us at 2019 Lexus, only for me to find out last week that it was produced 2017. Now tell me how that man will not lose business. I've told them to call him today that if he does not, he'll be in trouble. If I mention his name, that's the end of his business. He sold me the car as 2019, only for us to find out his 2017 car. Now, he has destroyed his business, true? His growth has ended. Because one comment I make will go global about him. Refuse to settle with mediocrity. The moment you compromise standard, you minimize your impact in life. Whatever be your business or calling, never compromise your standard as a child of God. Don't compromise. Don't what? Don't compromise. Don't follow people to do these things they are doing quick because of. There's a new wave. Where some will pour water on tire, blood will come out. That's magic. That is magic. Don't follow that type. It will last. Whatever the Lord do, it shall be forever. Whatever the Lord does not do will not be forever. Well, I didn't come here for power. I'll tell you, I taught yesterday, on how to operate in power. So I tell you very simple, everybody want to operate in power as pastors? It's for believers. Everybody wants to operate in power. You want to operate in power? You don't want to operate in power. It's very simple. Very what? I don't teach theory. When I teach simple and teach practical. Sometimes they teach you too much theory that you will know where to start from. There are too many principles. I don't know how to apply them. Do I digress a little bit? I don't know why God is dropping that in my heart. It's very simple to operate in power in any field, whether business, everywhere. Now, Jesus came. If you read the book of Matthew 26, verse 40, don't bother. He said to them, can't you tarry for 1 hour? So he found them sleeping. Found them what? And said, can't you tarry for an hour? That means the recommended time for every man to operate at a different realm is minimum 1 hour. Jesus' recommendation. He was specific. He said, can't you tarry with me for 1 hour? For an hour. So 1 hour is recommended. Let me tell you this. Pastor, stop running after politicians. Stop running around. Sit down in God's presence. Businessman, sit down in God's presence. Early hours. Early what? Early hours. Minimum 1 hour. For a businessman, for a pastor, 1 hour. Read Bible, pray, praise and worship. Are you going to sit down for 1 hour and come out? If you don't operate in another realm. As a lifestyle. As a what? Lifestyle. Sit down maybe 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. As a lifestyle every day. I can use 1 hour. So we go to his presence to draw power. So the more I stay in his presence, the more power I generate. That's why when we stayed with him for 40 days, they could not look at his face. Because at that time, the power Moses came down with was too much. When Jesus, every time Jesus goes aside to stay with the Father, and he comes out, he will not pray, demons will run. Without him praying. I went for PFN meeting. I did altar call. 8 to 10 people gave their lives. It was not a church meeting. Pastor's meeting. And I made altar call. About 8 to 10 gave their lives in Bayelsa. Before I went for the meeting, I stayed there for 2 hours. So when I appeared, I didn't need to pray much. I said, those who have not given their lives to Jesus, come out. And people came out to give their lives in a pastor's meeting. Oh, if I can sell my business, stay in presence, you will not sell. Stay in God's presence for 1 hour. You come out to your shop will rock. As you sit in the shop, customers will be coming. He said they are using witchcraft. Use Godcraft. He said that woman buried somebody. They buried Christ and he resurrected. All those are nonsense. There's no day any man with darkness will dominate the church. Look, let me say this with all humility. Let any man using negative power in any city you are. He can anybody now say you're using power to dominate Port Harcourt? No way. If I let him use all they say people are going there because the man is fake, you're original. So the original should be stronger than the fake. All are excuses of nonsense. He said people are gathering there because the man is doing magic. How can man do magic? They gather more for him than you using God. Sit up. Sit up. You know, when things are not working, we begin to look for excuses. Sit up. Even if you're an evangelist, crash you gather. You're a pastor, crash you gather. Because all is pastored by Jesus. Wherever he went to the synagogue, crowd entered. He went to the field, crowd came. He was by the river, crowd came. So even if you are on the field, crowd you come. You're in the church, crowd you come. Don't say no because we are not doing outreaches. We're evangelists. It's a lie. You've not known what to do. Carry me to any village, crowd will come. I went to London without any announcement. The crowd came. The person said, "Sir, we've never seen these people before." Our church in London is pastored by somebody, no pastor. We've not seen any pastor. They want to open 4 branches now. No pastor has been sent yet. They are doing the church themselves. No pastor has been sent. It's now I'm thinking of who to send. My friend, leave this thing. I didn't come here to preach theory. It works, so. Don't lower your standard. Don't lower your what? Don't reduce your standard. One day we started a church in a place and they said, no, it's in the village. I was very funny. I'm going to be very practical. They said, since the village which allowed the choir to wear slippers, they can't wear shoes. The Holy Ghost said to me, the Anglican priest in the village wears cassock. He wears cassock. They don't change their dressing because they're in the village. I said, if we wear suit, everybody must wear suit. Village or township. They may not wear the expensive one like us, but the way we dress in the headquarters is the way you dress in the village. I said, because the Anglican churches, the robe they wear in the village, same robe they wear in the township. The Orthodox churches. You can't say I'm a Catholic priest and then you now wear native because the village has no. He will wear his complete dress. So why will we have village church dressed with slippers? I said, tell them the shoe, they wear shoe. They wear it the way we wear it at headquarters. And everybody began to dress like that. We went to Bayelsa. They said this is the first year where simply wear suit and church just group. When you come with a different style, the people will embrace you at the end. Don't say it's worry, we do it anyhow. If you do it anyhow, what will make them change? Don't say this worry, so anything can go. It's worry, but do like them. If you do like that, they won't change you. The reason you came with the gospel is to change them. So you can't come to their own standard. They should come to your own standard. So I hear. Quality attracts. Quality announces. Compromise hinders excellence. Compromise creates room for mediocrity instead of impact. Compromise will make you lose relevance. Stop compromising. Don't look for a shortcut. I read a book by John Maxwell. He gave a story in that book. A fine bird was always on a tree with fine feathers. Some of you must have read it and be singing. He feeds on worms. And then a man will carry worms, one day carry worms inside a container and saw the bird singing and said, do you want worms? He said, yes. He doesn't want to walk. He said, can you give me one of your feathers? I'll give you one worm. He gave him the worm. He put one of his fine feathers. He came the next day again. He said, do you really want again? He said, yes. He said, give me one of your feathers. He gave him again. He didn't know that he was losing all his feathers. He thought he was just eating free worm. Before he knew it, he couldn't fly. He has lost all his feathers. You have left you staying in God's presence. Every night you are doing all night for one politician. You think that the man does not go to church. The time you used to stay in God's presence to feed God's people, you are there doing we have all night for local government chairman. You have been doing that. You think he's giving you 50,000. Which one member God blesses will give you 1 million? Every night you are doing all night. You've never done one all night for your members to get blessed. Every night you're in somewhere. You are compromising. That's how it starts. He said, we pray for him, he'll buy me a car. One day I told them, I said, if I want 1 billion, it's 1,000 members bringing 1 million in our church. And believe me, if I announce now 1,000 members or 1 million, I'll get it in one service. And that's 1 billion. If a politician gives 1 billion, he will tell everybody. If I say now, look, I need 1 billion. I want 1,000 people get up. They will get up. In fact, I'll get 2 billion. Out of the 5 services in one service. So why will I not feed them? Don't compromise your standard. In business, stop doing inferior things. Don't sell fake as original. Let the world know you that this is your standard. They may